everyone doing on this wonderful, wonderful weekend? I'm hoping you are having a fantastic day. I'm Andrea. Hi, your admin right here on Living with Power and Purpose. And I'm coming to talk to you today about Tea Talk. We are going to have an awesome time. Now go grab your cup of tea, go grab your coffee, go grab a cup of water, whatever you may have, okay? And let's enjoy this moment together for Tea Talk. Well, again, I'm Andrea, one of your admins, right here on Living with Power and Purpose. And we have Tea Talk every end of the month, usually on Saturdays or Sundays, at anywhere between 6:30 and 8:30. And I want you to mark your calendars for next Tea Talk, which is next month. At the end of the month, I will post a date, either Saturday or Sunday, whichever day time permits. So I introduce myself. I'm Andrea, your admin. Right here, your other admin is Patricia Hawthorne. Every other Monday, we come on for Healthy Mondays. I personally do that session. It's about a 15 to 20 minute short session, but it's very encouraging. And I come on every other Monday about 7:30 p.m., anywhere between 7:30 and 8:30 p.m. Your other admin, Patricia Hawthorne, come on every other Friday, and she comes on talking about living, laughing, and enjoying your life while fulfilling your God-given purpose. And she comes on at 7 o'clock p.m. sharp. So let's have some icebreakers, okay? Before we start, I would like to ask you a little simple, fun question. Do you prefer Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram? And why? Do you prefer Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram? My answer personally is Facebook. Why? Because I know how to work Facebook better than TikTok and Instagram. Another question I would like to ask for icebreaker so you can get comfortable in our session today. What's your favorite shopping store online? What store that you really like to shop and why? If you would like to answer that question right here on Facebook, please feel free to do so. And I will say your question out loud and say your answer out loud. My favorite store is Kohl's. I love shopping at Kohl's because I get discounts in Kohl's Cash. So that's another store that I enjoy shopping. So I hope that this is an icebreaker for you. Those two little simple fun questions. So thanks for sharing your opinion. Again, if you want to write your opinion, that was, do you prefer Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram? Let me see if I have any answers. If you would like to write your answer down, please do so. What's your favorite shopping store online? My favorite shopping store is Kohl's because I get discounts and I love Kohl's Cash. Now, thanks for sharing your answers with us during our icebreakers, and I'm hoping that's loosen you up. Get your cup of tea. See mine? It said Living with Power and Purpose. You can get these cups right on livingwithpowerandpurpose.com website. So go grab your cup of water. You have time. Go grab your tea. We're going to have a wonderful time today and going to have a very, very encouraging session. So we're going to talk about a little more serious topics today. And we're going to discuss boundaries. We're going to discuss boundaries. But let's talk about today is your day to start fresh. So let's look up the word fresh. Fresh means new or different. Fresh is an adjective that describes something as new or recently made as being not spoiled or not preserved or as being energized or not tired. You know, when you do something new, you're more energized. You're not lazy or tired, but you're really encouraged because you made a new change in your life. Fresh has many other senses as an adjective and a few as a noun and a verb. If something is fresh, it has not existed for very long, right? If it's very fresh, that means it's something new. Or it's so new that it has never been used or seen before. Do you hear the birds? I'm outside on my back porch doing tea talk with you today, and I hear the birds. I love it. I love the sound of the birds. Fresh is newness, liveliness, energy. You're energized when you're doing something new. Doing something new make you feel positive. It's like a positive change. And brightness, it just brings so much of joy. It's like it's something you never did before, or it's something that you knew you was supposed to do, and you just never did it before, and now you are stepping out of your shell, and now you choose to make that positive change. That's like brightness, liveliness. It brings a positive vibe to you. It's a better way of living, doing something new. So let's get right into our session as I started off talking about freshness, a fresh life. And I'm hoping after this short session that you will have a fresh new life. So let's talk about boundaries. We are going to discuss boundaries, living a dysfunctional life in relationships, with family, or friends. You fill in the blank. Boundaries are needed. When you let someone cross your boundaries, your life can become dysfunctional. And sometimes we allow people to cross our boundaries just because it's a habit. We're not used to standing up or saying no. The dysfunction becomes a dysfunction normal because we get used to the behavior, whether it's negative or positive. We get used to people disrespecting us. We get used to that behavior. It becomes a norm, letting my boyfriend hit me, or letting my boyfriend disrespect me, or letting the people on the job misuse me. It's just a normal thing. This is the way of living. People calling us names, we get used to that behavior, and that's a negative behavior. People cheating on us, and so on. You fill in the blanks. Some things that people are doing to you or have done to you in the past that you can relate to this topic. There's chaos without any boundaries. Did you know that? If you do not have boundaries set up in your life, there's chaos. Boundaries is a line that marks the limits of an area, a dividing line, which I will call a boundary. We must separate the good from the bad. When we see bad going on in our lives, when we see someone constantly stealing from us and we're not doing anything about it, that's something called dysfunctional behavior, that we are allowing people to do these things to us, and we are not setting boundaries. We are not putting a stop to the abuse. Setting boundaries protects us. Setting boundaries are important for all of us. It makes us feel important. It makes us feel special. It will allow us to see ourselves the way God sees us. That we are somebody, that we are special, and we are not made to be stepping mats where people just step all over us. No, sweet as I am, little old me, I will stand up if you constantly continue to treat me that's disrespectful, because it makes me feel low. It makes me feel depressed, and I lose my identity. I don't know who I am anymore. Setting boundaries will give you a sense of respect. I just said that, right? You feel confident about yourself, that you stood up to that person. You stood up to that situation. That's something you will remember and will never, ever forget and regret, standing up to that situation. So setting boundaries will give you a sense of respect, complete and free. It makes you feel free. It gives you peace and joy. We feel free establishing boundaries. There's a weight lifted off of us. I didn't let him use me anymore. I stood up to that situation, and I told her in a respectful way about misusing me. Even if I had to walk away, I feel good about myself because I stood up to that situation. I faced it hand on. I faced it face to face and said, you are not going to disrespect me anymore. You will not put your hand on me another day. You will not disrespect me and call me outside of my name, because I'm more than that. God made me more than what you see me. I see myself better. I am somebody. Amen. We feel free establishing boundaries. There's a weight lifted off of us. Setting boundaries is God's idea, because He wants us to live a healthy and great life. It's God's will for you to stand up to people that are misusing you. It's God's will for you to confront that situation. It's God's will for you to walk away from abuse. You do not have to allow anyone to abuse you anymore, because you are better than that. Now, this is a place, Tea Talk is a place to relax, chat, and be empowered. And sometimes we're going to have different hosts come on to encourage us. We're going to have certified coaches come on, pastors, leaders. We are going to have other people to come on to really help you to be a better person. Maybe some of you are struggling with your identity, knowing who you are, or boundaries, not setting boundaries for your life, or sometimes mental challenges. So we are going to bring in people to empower you and encourage you to be all that God called you to be. So if you have any topics you would like us to talk about today, we're talking about boundaries. But if you would have any other topics you would like us to bring to the table, I encourage you to put it in a chat, to call 985-290-0642. And it's us. It's only the group, Living with Power and Purpose, private Facebook group, where this is private, a private setting. And if we get too personal, then some things we will talk about on Zoom. So invite others to join us every end of the month, Saturday or Sunday. I will post the dates and I will post the time. Bring your coffee, your water, your tea, and let's talk about it. Now, I would like to give you the letters and boundaries, right? What is boundary? Be aware. Be aware. O, of what is. U, unacceptable. And normalize saying no. D, do what is best for you. Do what is best for you, not for Sally. Don't do what is best for John, but do what is best for you. Sometimes we stagger around in a situation because we want to please that person. We do not want to get that person angry, or we walk in fear thinking that person will harm us. But do you know God is with you? Do you know it's God's will for you to be respected? Do you know it's God's will for you to get out of any abusive situation? And it's just not hitting abusive. You can have mental abuse, verbal abuse, where people are calling you outside of your name. They're telling you things that's making you feel low. That's also called abuse. D, what is best for you? Do what is best for you. A, and know what is not your responsibility to sacrifice yourself for others. That's aura. Responsibility to sacrifice yourself for others. Don't sacrifice yourself for the sake of someone else, but do what's best for you, Shonda. Do what's best for you, Karen. Do what's best for you, Sonia. Don't worry about pleasing Billy and Susan and Larry, but focus on pleasing you, doing what makes you happy, doing what gives you peace. Sometimes we are just used of people misusing us, and it becomes the norm. Well, I encourage you today to get out the norm and set boundaries for yourself so you can feel better about you, so you can go forward knowing who you are, that you are better than that all of those negative things someone spoke to you, you're lazy, you're ugly, you can't do anything right. I stop by to tell you that it's a lie. They are not telling you the truth. I stop by, living with power and purpose. Stop by to tell you today you are somebody. You are someone special. There's greatness on the inside of you. And every negative lie someone told you today, I stand in agreement with you and ask you to forgive them. I'll say I'm sorry for hurting you. I'm sorry for telling you those lies. I stand in agreement with you that you will walk in forgiveness towards them, because it starts with forgiveness. And then the next step is to set your boundaries, to live a fresh life, to give yourself a new start in this area with setting boundaries, that I will not let another person put me down, that I will not let another person hit me, I will not let another person call me outside of my name. I don't care if they're my friend, I don't care if it's my mother, I don't care if it's my daddy. It doesn't matter. If they are calling me names and doing anything outside of the will of God that's bringing you hurt and pain, then that's not God's will. It's God's will for you to set boundaries for yourself, to know who you are in Jesus Christ, and to stand and face the enemy head on, face that challenge head on, and set boundaries for your life. You know, you can do that in a respectful way, without disrespecting your mom, without disrespecting your daddy, without disrespecting that person you so much admire. It doesn't matter how much you admire them. If they are doing wrong, then it's your responsibility to stand up and face it head on and say, I will not allow you to call me another name. I will not allow you to put your hand on me another day, because that's not the will of God. I am somebody, and I learned in life, people will treat you the way you deserve to be treated. They will treat you however you allow them to treat you. Well, guess what? They're comfortable in treating you that way, because you are not standing up for yourself. So you get what you get until you stand up to that situation. You will see a change and have a fresh start. So I'm hoping you have been encouraged today with my short session. Please join me again in July at the end of the month, on a Saturday or Sunday. I will post a date soon, and we are going to have another powerful topic that can help us to live, laugh, and enjoy our life while fulfilling our God-given purpose. Let today be your fresh new start, that you stand up to everyone that tries to abuse you, misuse you, or disrespect you. This is your day for a fresh new start. I would like to leave you this quote. It is necessary and even vital to set standards for your life and the people you allow in it. That's by Mandy Hale. So join us again next month. I will post a day soon. Join us again every other Monday for Healthy Mondays, where we have some awesome topics about eating. That's a fresh start too, right? Eating healthier. We talk about good topics about health, mind, whatever we feel led to talk about to encourage you. Also, join us Friday, every other Friday, where your other admin, Patricia Hawthorne, comes on and talk about living, laughing, and enjoying your life. She's awesome, and she comes on every other Friday at 7 o'clock p.m. Thanks so much for joining us today. Again, if you have any special topics you would like us to bring to the table at Tea Talk, I encourage you today to bring your cup of coffee, your cup of tea, your water, and join us again on Tea Talk. You can call 985-290-0642 if you have any special topics. Maybe it's something personally you're going through. You can inbox us, or you can call us and give us a message, or you can put it right here in the chat. And we are happy to bring it to the table. So join us again next month. Until next time, everyone, stay focused and be encouraged. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.